Good afternoon and welcome back to the Bellarine Secondary College here for this state championship women's matchup. It is the first place Bellarine Storm taking on the third place Sherbrooke Suns. Hugh Moore here, joined by former state championship Bellarine Storm men's player and current Surf Coast Chargers player, Sebi Thompson. Oh, I've messed that up.
That's all right. Close enough. Thomason.
Welcome, Sebi.
Thank you, Hugh. Thanks for having me. I'm keen for this matchup today. It's going to be unreal. Good game.
Yeah, well, last night, if that's anything to go by, I mean, the rest of the season is set to be a blockbuster. We'll touch on the Bellarine. We'll touch on the Sherbrooke Suns first, actually. 2-point win over the Sunbury Jets on the buzzer.
Yeah.
So a massive win for them and a heap of confidence coming into today's game. While for the Storm, it was arguably, and I hate being biased, but potentially game of the year last night.
Yeah, I wasn't able, unfortunately, to watch it as I was playing, but it sounded like an absolute thriller to watch and two very exciting, strong teams. So, yeah, no, I'm keen for another good matchup today. It sounds like Sherbrooke got away with a good one last night, so they'll be keen to play again today and get another one on the board.
Yeah, well, both these teams going fantastically this year. The Bellarine Storm currently sit 2 games clear on top after their win against second-placed Pakenham last night, while the Sherbrooke Suns have cemented themselves in the third position for the moment. A win for them today would be huge. A win for the Storm would also be huge, but still 40 minutes of game time in their way. But Sebi, obviously you know the Storm team pretty well. You're pretty close with all the girls. What do you reckon the kryptonite? What's the way to beat this such a powerful Storm team?
That's a good question. I think, although I'd say Courtney obviously had a big scoring game last night, Courtney Straight, but I think if you try and limit them to just one player scoring everything, can always be a tougher time for them. They like to move the ball. They like to get everyone involved. I think that's the way they like to play. So if you can somehow get them out of that sort of rhythm and make it sort of an ISO one play sort of show, it could probably work in your benefit, I think.
I mean, Courtney Straight, as you mentioned, is having an absolute year in her second year in the Storm colours, averaging 23 points per game, and he's just all class at the moment. For the Suns, it's Tanea Sawalo. I messed that up. Sawalo.
It's one of those.
Who is having a fantastic year herself, but as the teams slowly make their way out onto the courts for this afternoon's match, starting lineups for the Suns, it'll be number 2, Zoe Zwirling, number 11, Tanea Sawalo. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah.
Number 24, Elena Squires, number 30, Mel Pryor, number 34, Keisha Lee. And for the Storm, it'll be number 8, Olivia Vert, number 35, Georgia Varley, number 23, Courtney Straight, number 7, Charlotte Armstrong, and number 24, Jamie Crombie, as we get underway here. Storm HQ. Vert being hassled early. Straight off a 26-point performance last night. Finds Crombie to Vert, 4-3, late in the shot clock, buries that one. And the Storm find their rhythm early after what was a overtime thriller last night in the game of the round as Pryor hit the deck. They go inside to Lee. Skip past to Zwirling, 4-3. Answers back with 3 of her own as both teams trade threes to start the first quarter. Varley. Pass was the right idea, but just a little bit high for Olivia Vert. So, obviously both these teams' second game of the weekend, so expect some fatigue to start to creep in as the game goes on. Zwirling, nice behind the back pass. Was picked by Straight. She's going to waste no time getting down the other end. Decides to dribble it out. Fine, Varley.
Nice.
Cuts to the ring, a little bit too heavy on the layup. Pryor to Squires. Transition 3, no luck. Armstrong, rebound. Vert using the on-ball screen
Oh.
at Crombie, leaves it wide open as she gets fouled going to the ring. A fantastic high on-ball screen from Jamie Crombie. Foul will be on number 2, Zoe Zwirling.
But Vert's coming out pretty aggressive to start the game.
Olivia Vert, such an aggressive player, loves to just play downhill, and if she's not getting what she wants downhill, she's more than happy to light it up from the three-point line.
Yep. She can pretty much score from anywhere.
She's got the first 5 points of the game for the Storm. Olivia Vert averaging 10 points per game. Already got half of that in the first 2 minutes as Varley deflects it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Suns. They go into Zwirling to Pryor. Mismatch for her inside. Good defense there by the Storm.
Yep.
They'll stay with the Suns. 7 seconds on the shot clock left. A bit of an interesting zone there from, looked like a 1-4 almost.
Yeah, it was a bit different.
Swallow, her mid-range won't go. Almost like a 4 flat.
Yeah,
just
it was a different sort of look.
not get the paint touch.
It worked all right.
Straight to Crombie, goes baseline, slicing into Pryor. It'll be a charge.
That one,
Can't be,
don't
now,
know
you can't
about
be
that
biased
one.
here, Sebi.
Yes, I know.
You'll probably get in trouble.
Look, it was close. It
was close.
It could have gone either way, I think, there. I thought she was still moving, but yeah, it was pretty close.
So that'll be Jamie Crombie's first foul, first team foul for the Storm. As Pryor's pass goes a little bit wayward. And the Storm, another chance here to extend their lead. Varley, 15 points for her last night. Gives it to straight back to
nice.
Varley, who splits the screens. The pass to Vert was good.
Good hands there.
But Squires, great defense. She gets it back and they want to go straight inside. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Zwirling's pushed up. Another pass deflection for the Storm. Straight. Rips the ball out. And she'll get it in transition. 3. She's known for this. No luck. Crombie, offensive rebound. Straight wants another go at it. She doesn't miss 2 in a row, Courtney Straight.
I don't think you can give her 2 wide open threes in a row and expect 2 misses there.
That's her spot, Sevi. And I don't know if you know, but she actually scored the last 9 points of the fourth quarter last night.
9 points. And
then scored another 3 in the opening minutes of overtime. So she's
just having a hell of a season.
Fine form in her second year in the Storm colours. She comes away with a steal. Kick ahead pass to Crombie. Sits in her lap. Crombie potentially had too much time and space and couldn't get that one to go.
It's an underrated little contest there, and the layup was just enough to throw her off.
Squires answers back with a 3. 4 minutes gone in this one. 8-6 in favour of the Storm. Crombie to Vert. Crombie gets it back. Skip past the corner. Varley 4-3. Gets that one to go.
Loves the corner 3, Georgia Varley.
And both teams shooting it exceptionally well from the three-point line so far in this one.
Very efficient.
Storm at 75%. The Suns at 67%.
Yep.
As Lee wants to go inside, fading. Zwirling, got the offensive rebound. Storm coach is not happy with that one. Zwirling gets it back, decides to attack through the middle. Straight did a good job on D. Lee needs to get to work. 5 on the shot clock. Swallow, deep 3. No luck. Zwirling, 2 offensive rebounds in a row. She might make him pay here with a 3. Just falls short, and Armstrong comes up with the offensive rebound. Varley downhill, gets blocked by Swallow.
Good hands. Big sub coming in here.
Massive substitution. It'll be Olivia Vert, Charlotte Armstrong, and Courtney Straight. And we'll see Courtney Hollowood Chantal Hall and Olivia Osborne check in for the first time this afternoon. Varley's bumped off the plate. Hollywood going baseline, stops. Can't get it to go. Hall came in late, and it'll go in favour of the Suns.
I think maybe Tim Sanderson will be looking at rotating in the girls a bit more today after the OT game last night. Maybe try and get some quick subs in, rotate the legs a bit. They've got the depth, so.
I was just thinking the same thing. Also got Lucy Howard on the bench, who had a massive game last night in Youth League. 27 points, 20 rebounds. So
monster.
She'll be looking to continue her form as Squires, her pass is picked off by Varley.
Speed.
Wants to push the floor. Hollywood, transition three is down.
Sharks basketball. That's Sharks basketball right there.
Classy stuff. Georgia Varley and Courtney Hollywood. As Seb mentioned, that Sharks connection. And the local domestic league together. Two prolific scorers in that too. I reckon Georgia Varley's averaging about 40 points a game in that league.
Yeah.
As Lee.
Seems like there's a 3 or 4 in front of her scoring every week at least.
As she bullies her way inside. Couldn't get it to drop, but will draw the contact and head to the line for 2. Foul will be on number 24 for the Suns. Oleana Squires, her first. Storm with a 6-point lead here. 3 minutes 51 to go. Varley drops the first.
It really seems like any time a Storm girl's getting it on the perimeter, they're like looking to be really aggressive, driving in the basket. I don't know if that's a message they've been told, but they seem to be getting in the paint really well, drawing fouls or kicking it out for a 3. So
I think as a team as well, the Storm shoot the 3 ball. They've got so many prolific 3-point shooters.
Yeah.
As Swallow's pass is forced out of bounds. Great defense there by Olivia Osborne as the Suns will make their first subs of the afternoon. It'll be Zoe Zwirling and Mel Pryor off, and we'll see Louise Karajic-Powell and Tegan Burton check in. So many of these shooters are rhythm shooters. They can sort of find their rhythm there, especially someone like Courtney Strait. And speak of the devil, Courtney Hollywood. Couldn't get hers to go, but they find their rhythm. They tend to light up pretty quickly as Lee slicing coast to coast.
Really nice transition offense there by Sherbrooke. They're looking to push the ball, get some easy ones.
Potentially maybe try and run the Storm off their game a little bit. Nice steal there from Squires as Burton dumps inside to Lee, kick out to Sawalo. Gets her defender in the air and mid-range jump shot won't go. Hall had to work hard for the board, but got it. Varley, kick air pass to the corner to Crombie. Falls short. A touch from Osborne. Fell in the lap of Karajic-Powell. So Sherbrooke another chance to cut the deficit. Squires was pushed high. Karajic-Powell's got a mismatch inside. She wants to go to work, but she's doubled down underneath, and Hollywood will come away with a jump ball. It'll stay with the Suns. Substitution for the Storm again. Might be right there, Sebi. Another 3-player substitution.
There you go. They're getting the rotations in.
We'll see Crombie, Varley, and Hall check out. And Olivia Vert, Charlotte Armstrong, and Lucy Howard checking in.
It's looking like you can run hard, play really hard for a few minutes, and they're going to get you a sub and get back in there. So it's
the shot clock slowly winding down. Howard come away with a steal. Hollywood pushing the floor. Vert wants to run with her. She does, attacking the ring. Olivia Vert starting off hot in this one. 7 points for her as Armstrong nearly come away with it. Squires 3, no good. Hollywood, huge rebound for her. And the Storm wasting no time running the floor. Vert attacks to the middle. Nice little dump inside. Just come off the fingertips of Armstrong. No, it'll stay with the Storm.
It came off the foot of Sherbrooke, I think.
There we go. I couldn't see. Vert finding a rhythm at the moment. No luck on that one. Rebound Lee. Kicks ahead to Swallow. Skip pass to Burton. Thought about the three, decided to drive. Vert was in her way. So they go to Swallow. Backs down Howard. Fading. Wanted the foul, didn't get it.
Pretty good straight up defense there. It's
Very good defense by Lucy Howard. Hollywood lost it, then got it back and got left wide open on the three-point line and makes them pay. As the Storm continue to blow this lead out late in the first quarter, out to 12 points now.
the TJ McConnell of the Bellarine Storm women's team, I like to call it.
As Swallow gets pushed up high, Karajic power rolls and gets stuck on the low block. Lee Falcon, Vert Falcon. Vert was the last to touch it. Substitutions for the Suns. We'll see Alina Squires and Keisha Lee check out. And we'll see Zoe Zwirling and Mel Pryor check back in. Kick up to the top. Swallows left wide open. You can't do that. Rare miss from her. And again, the Storm out to the races. Howard was running ahead. Couldn't secure the pass. And kick out pass. Both teams want to run. Burton out to the races. Couldn't finish, but Pryor's there to clean it up again. Oh. And Courtney Hollywood is having an absolute game
She's
so
just
far.
everywhere, isn't she? Just everywhere.
Inside pass to Armstrong. They swing it all the way around to Vert. This could be a heat check for Olivia Vert. As it just comes off the front iron. Foul on the play. Foul will be on number 25, Lucy Howard. So the Suns will get the last shot of the quarter, you would think. 18 seconds left.
Yep, sure.
Shot clock now out.
I'm expecting a pick and roll coming.
I reckon Zoe Zwirling wants some points here. She does get it and will drop it.
Nice shot.
Classy shot from Zoe Zwirling. Takes her up to 5 for the quarter. And the Storm will just let the clock run out as the first quarter of action is done. And so far, both teams playing pretty well. The Storm with a 9-point lead here. And it feels like both teams just want to run at the moment.
Yeah.
Coach Sanderson rotating through his athletes quite quickly.
Yeah. They both seem to be pushing in transition a lot. You don't know. Second half comes after a big doubleheader. You don't know, it might slow down a bit, be more of a half-court game. But right now, they seem to be fairly fresh, and they're just trying to push the ball. So yeah, it's working for both teams at the moment. They've both gotten some points, easy points off transition. So I think they keep looking at that.
And both teams shooting very well from the three-point line. Storm still sitting at around that 50% mark.
Yeah.
5 from 11. The Suns dropped off just a little bit. They started hot early with 2 threes, back to the 29%. But the offensive rebounds are actually going in the favour of the Suns at the moment. So 3+3 in their favour.
Got some big bodies down there crashing. I think it's just been they've got offensive rebounds, brought it down, and they've had your Courtney Hollywood stuff, stripping the ball and
So it is first v third. Both these teams on the back leg of a doubleheader, both with tough games last night too. The Storm won in an overtime thriller in the top of the table clash, and the Suns won on the buzzer on a tip in. Olivia Vert leads scoring for both teams. 7 points for her, just to another rebound to her name. Courtney Straight, 3 points, 3 steals. No, that's right, yeah. Courtney has got a few steals.
Very active hands.
Courtney Hollywood, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist for the Suns. Zoe Zwirling, 5 points, 2 rebounds as both teams make their way back out onto the court. So second quarter action. First quarter quite a clean game. Only the 4 fouls called
that's right. Not
between teams. So as we get underway for the second quarter, the Storm will start with it. Vert wastes no time getting back underway.
Just playing with confidence. Shooting with confidence.
Enters double digits. So swing it around, Zwirling. Wants to go inside, she does. Swallow into Pryor. Out to Zwirling. Catch and shoot 3. It was long. Courage, Power and Armstrong fight for the rebound. And the Storm come away with it. Vert to straight. Checked in the quarter time break. Howard picked the pass off. Nice little dish inside to Howard. Courage, Power met her at the block. And Varley diving to the ring. Shot was a little flat. She'll get it back on the three-point line. And I think she knew that was short before she even shot it. So
yeah, I think if she had that one again, she'd probably pull it out and get maybe a sort of a pick and roll or something, but it's all right.
So a little bit of applied pressure here on Zwirling. A minute gone in this second quarter. Swallow to Zwirling, into Pryor. They love to play inside the Suns at the moment. As Pryor draws the foul, that'll be on number 25, Lucy Howard for the Storm, her second. We'll send Mel Pryor to the line for two for her first points of the game. She makes the first. 3 rebounds for her, an assist so far. It's the Storm versus Suns. So Varley wants to go to work, uses the on-ball screen of Howard, and Vert bobbled it, hustled for it, got it to straight. Varley wants to attack the rim. Nice little dish inside to Howard. Just
too
a
open
little
again,
bit
I
too
think,
hot.
Huey.
Yeah, too open again, too much room. It was a great look.
Yeah,
great pass
great
by
pass,
Varley.
yep.
Skip past as Whirling. Wanted to attack. Howard did a good job on D. Karajic Pow. Into Swallow, who's
nice
left
cut.
wide open. And she won't miss from there.
It's a nice cut there.
Her first points for the contest. Margin back to 8. Straight. 3. Up, down. And the foul. And Courtney Straight gets her first 3 for the match. And no, that's her second 3.
Yep.
She'll head to line for one more.
For that rare 4-point play. Doesn't come around too often.
Even rarer, a 5-point play. I don't know, we haven't had one of those for ages. So Straight, free throws down. Takes her up to 7 points so far. 3 steals, 1 assist, 1 rebound. Continues her form from last night. Zwirling got open on the on-ball screen. Couldn't convert, and Armstrong and Pryor go at it. Last touched off Pryor. And we'll see Jamie Crombie and Alana Northam check in for Olivia Vert and Lucy Howard. Varley, a little bit of pressure here from Zwirling. Handles it pretty good. They swing it around to Northam. Her first minutes in this one. Varley lifts. Wants to play downhill. Armstrong got bumped and the pass a little bit wayward.
Bit off balance there when she passed it and just didn't quite get there.
Be a back-up violation. We'll see Keisha Lee check back in for the Suns and Zoe Zwirling check out.
Back to sort of a bigger lineup for the Suns.
Which was working for them in the first quarter.
As you said, they're getting offensive boards and that, so if they keep getting that, they're bound to get some better looks. So
Storm a little bit undersized. No Bridget Rettstat today again. As we'll have a shot clock violation there from Karajic Pow. A little bit of confusion on the court there from both teams. Crombie.
saw that coming.
Fake handoff. And the pass goes a little bit wayward. It'll be touched off, I believe, Tanea Swallow. Varley to Crombie, back to Varley. Squire's got the job on Varley. Crombie Mid-range jump shot, no good.
Oh,
Straight
friendly
Northern
fire.
nearly collided.
Yep.
Varley, three's up and he's down for Georgia Varley. She's up to 8 points in this one. The Storm back out to 15-point lead here. There's Lee on the three-point line. Tacks through the middle. Nice little dish inside.
Was nice. Good
was
hands.
picked by Armstrong, and Lee down on the floor. Storm have numbers on this transition. Skip pass to Northern. She'll attack through the middle. Armstrong wanted the three, didn't get it. So they swing it around to straight. Varley, another three from the same spot. Georgia Varley's got the hot hand.
Uh-oh.
She's up to 11 points and takes over leading scorer for the game.
I'm going to bet that the next time Georgia Varley catches on the three-point line, it might be going up here, Hugh.
I have a feeling we might have a heat check coming.
I don't blame her.
Although we have seen Georgia Varley attack the ring quite a fair bit today, which not really known for, but she's doing a great job at it as the shot clock's going to run out here. Keisha Lee couldn't get it off.
Forcing a lot of shot clock violations of Storm, so.
And Sualu's got the job on Varley now. Straight, the threes are raining here at Bellarine Secondary College, and Coach Burton has seen enough. Jamie Crombie put it absolutely correctly. Timeout here for the Suns, as just like that, in a matter of 2 minutes, the Storm have taken this out to a 21-point game on the back of some three-point masterclass from Georgia Varley and Courtney Strait. And right now, the Storm are running away with this very quickly.
It felt like a very quick run there. Maybe 9 run, not 12 run from those threes. It felt like it all happened so quick, and now it's about to 21s.
Now, I want to point something out to you, Seb. The Bellarine Storm, we obviously know they've hit the past 3 threes. They've only hit 1 two-pointer for the game.
There you go.
So they're 10 from 17 from the beyond the arc, and they're 1 from 8 from inside the arc.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
30 of their points, roughly, or no, 30 of their points exactly have come from beyond the arc. So if you coach Burton, you're trying to ice that three ball.
Yeah. You're overplaying now, I think. You're overplaying whenever they catch it, make them dribble, get to the rim. You'd rather that, I think, at the moment, with how they're shooting it.
So is Coach Sanderson's athletes make their way back out and see Georgia Varley and Charlotte Armstrong.
Trying to think of the 1-2 they had now. It might have been Vert right near the start even. Like that was...
hold on.
Yeah,
we'll get back to you. It was Olivia Vert.
She had 5 early, and I reckon one of them was a two-pointer.
So Olivia Vert with the only two-pointer of the game. 21 points the margin here, halfway through the second quarter. Zwirling inside to Pryor. Drop step, got a defender in the air, and a nice little finish from her.
If I was them, I'd be looking at that a lot more with their size and their strength.
Especially at the moment. Only Chantal Hall, the only big on the floor for the Storm. Straight, mid-range jump shot. Won't go, and Burton got the defensive rebound. So now's the chance for the Suns to strike. Squires to Zwirling. They look inside again to Lee. Spins. Got fouled. It'll be on the baseline though, I believe. Foul will be on number 24 for the Storm, Jamie Crombie. Her second.
Crafty move in there by Keisha Lee.
Keisha Lee so far this season. Averaging 16 points per game. To go along with 8 rebounds.
Tough shot.
Squires gets her basket to drop. Squires the leading scorer for the Suns at the moment. 18.5 points per game.
Using her height at that point guard position on the smaller Hollywood.
Speaking of the smaller Hollywood, couldn't get it to go up and under. And so the Suns, another chance to cut this deficit. Squires finds Burton, who lifts, and she'll be fouled. It'll be On number 18 for the Storm, Alana Northam. Her first. 3 team fouls for the Storm.
You sense a little small momentum shift here, maybe, for the Suns. See how the Storm going back into that post. Good hands. They seem to be drilling it into the inside to the post, though. I think that's the game plan for them at the moment.
Obviously, Lucy Howard and Charlotte Armstrong on the bench at the moment. Taking a well-deserved break. As we mentioned before, both these teams on the back leg of a double-header. Zwirling, her fading jump shot won't go. She's immediately back into defence against Hollywood. And swing it all the way around to Northern. On the other side, she attacks through the middle, cuts, couldn't get it to go, draws a contact, and will head to the line for 2. Foul on number 34. No, number 30. Mel Pryor, her first. Second team foul. Alana Northern, pardon me, joining the team halfway through the year after a stint with the Olympic Athletic College in the United States. Don't ask me where in the United States it is, but...
No, not sure at all, actually. But definitely a nice pickup. Good forward that can do a bit of everything. Good defender.
Local too.
Another strong body, yep. So it's a good pickup.
The inaugural Youth League season here for the Storm as Crombie come away with a steal. Lee on the floor. Hollywood had nothing. Still got nothing. Eventually gets to Crombie. Into Hall. Straight cutting. Get it to Crombie instead. Straight. Versus Erling. Kick out to Crombie. 3 is up and is down for Jamie Crombie. As the Storm are making it rain here from the 3-point line. They're 11 from 18. Still only the 1 2-point shot in this one so far.
Yep.
So back out to that 21-point lead. Squires, Burton, decides to join in the 3-point party. One of her own.
Absolutely raining threes.
Straight, rolling to the baseline. Zwirling couldn't secure the pass. Made it to Hollywood. Don't tell me it's another 3. Oh my God. It is raining threes here at the Bellarine Secondary College. Storm up to 12 threes in the first half.
I don't know if you noticed how she caught that. Like, she caught that basically already in, like, motion and shot that, like, from up top nearly. Like, it was such a quick release. Like, very impressive.
Courtney straight up to 13 points in the first half. Pryor got a gap and 2 points to her total. Takes her up to 6 points. 3 rebounds so far in this one. Now Courtney straight with the hot hand. They want to get it to her. Squires doing a good job on D. Crombie's pass went straight to Squires. She's got a one-on-one. Got a defender leaning. Couldn't make the play though. The foul will be on number 3 for the Storm, Chantal Hall. Substitution for both teams. We'll see Olivia Vert, Charlotte Armstrong and Olivia Osborne check in. Alana Northern, Courtney Straight, Chantal Hall. We're actually going to have a timeout here. So it'll be the Bellarine Storm still in front by 19 points, 44-25 with a minute 15 to go in this one. And I think the big talking point at the moment, Seb, is the Bellarine Storm just can't score inside the paint at the moment.
And I think it's more they don't need to as well at the moment as well. It's a bit of that. It's either, it seems like, I'm sure they've probably shot a few free throws, which obviously...
Only 6.
Oh, okay, so they're actually just really, it's all 3 balls at the moment.
It's all 3 balls at the moment,
Yeah.
12 threes. So 36 points of the Storm's 44 have come from beyond the arc. And I mean...
Why stop it if it's working?
Why stop it if it's working? Yeah, but if you're the Suns, you want to stop it because it is certainly making them pay at the moment. But still another half to go, and we could, if the Storm really start to find their groove and start to attack inside, this game could really start to turn. The teams will make their way back out onto the court.
think the defense by the Storm, holding them to only 25, nearly and a half, is also big props for that, because that's not easy to do, especially for this talented Sherbrooke team.
So out of the timeout, Bridget Gamble checked in for Mel Pryor as Keisha Lee attacked the rim. Kick out pass from Hollywood to Armstrong. Back to Hollywood. Osborne was open in the corner. Armstrong, stop it. Threes are raining.
Why not try and join it?
As Burton was hassled there. Swirling, got past her defender. Gets through all her defenders and couldn't get it to go. But Lee, offensive rebound, basket will count. The foul will be on at number 24 for the Storm, Jamie Crombie. That'll be her third. I don't know if that's right.
I think it is. She had that offensive foul, and then
No, it is her
I'm not
third.
sure about the second one, but yeah.
It's a free throw there from the Squires. Won't go. Varley checking back in, as well as Lucy Howard. For Hall and Crombie. Osborne hassled by Squires. They get it into Armstrong. She's fouled. Will be on number 24, Lena Squires. Be her second, and we'll have a timeout here for Coach Tim Sanderson. So
Try and draw up a good look to end the quarter, I suppose.
and Seb, I don't want to state the obvious, but what do you reckon they're going to go for here?
I'm going to guess they're going to stick outside that three-point line and go for a three. That's my take on that. Just going by the game so far, Hugh, I think we might see that.
Well, as we keep mentioning, the Bellarine Storm are doing all their scoring from beyond the arc. Only the one basket inside the three-point line.
How many threes have they hit so far?
They're up to 12 from 20. So they're shooting at 60% from the three-point line as a team.
Yeah.
Courtney Strait, 4 from 5. Courtney Hollywood, 2 from 3. Georgia Varley, 3 from 5. So three prolific shooters going to work. Courtney Strait leads the way for the game in scoring. 13 points, 3 assists, 3 steals and 1 rebound.
It's not often all your shooters are on in the same game, so it's pretty.
Certainly,
it seems to be what's trending so far in this half. See if the second half stays the same. But
so 26 seconds left on the game clock. 12 seconds separate shot and the game clock as Storm got away with that one there. Zwirling changed sports for a play and it'll come off her foot. So 20 seconds left. Varley got it again. Inside out. She's hassled by Squires. Still no basket from inside for the Storm. Vert had to work hard for it. Varley got hassled there on that one. Heavy foul. It'll be on number 13, Tegan Burton.
I think we're going to see another timeout here.
And Coach Sanderson wants to go home with no timeouts as he uses his second one in the matter of 20 seconds. So out of this timeout, the Storm will have 7.7 seconds left to get a shot up. I must admit, though, the Suns in that 14 seconds we saw actually played some pretty good defense.
Yeah, no, they didn't let anything happen. So very good.
The Storm sort of couldn't get past that first or second pass.
No.
So promising signs coming into the halftime break for the Suns, but right now it's the it is the three-point percentage that is keeping the Storm floating above water at the moment. 60% from the three-point line. So as we wait for teams to come back out. The game's on this afternoon. Hume City taking on Warrnambool at 1 o'clock and Warren Dyna McKinnon at 1 o'clock. Those games due to start in about half an hour. We'll keep you updated on those ones. Results from last night. Bellarine bet Pakenham by 2. Bulleen got over Warrandyte by 25. Suns bet the Jets by 2. And Wyndham with a 39-point win over Warrnambool as we get underway. 7 seconds left. Vert, the only 2-point scorer, potentially not anymore as we finally get a 2-point basket.
There you you go.
After almost 20 minutes of action,
Yep.
Charlotte Armstrong breaks the drought, and we will head to the halftime break. Storm in front by 19 points, pardon me, 46-27 over the Suns. It's Courtney Straight leading the way for her team and for the game. 13 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 1 rebound. Georgia Varley, 11 points, 3 assists, and for the Suns, pretty even spread for them. Mel Pryor and Creasy Lee, both with 6 points each. And then Zoe Zerling with 5 as we head to a halftime break here for this state championship women's matchup. We'll be back in just under 8 minutes for the second half.
worth coming that far and just sit at home and watch it on TV.
Yeah, that's right. Not worth it, is it?
Nah, exactly right.
Nah, fair enough. That's
Too expensive to travel these days.
yeah. Fuck, they had a big win last night, didn't they? The Catters.
Oh yeah, did very nice. That's where I was last night. So
Yeah, yeah, you went up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh no, I was working.
Oh, you're working.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's a good win.
Yeah.
Good win.
And,
Oh gee, they should have beaten Richmond if they hadn't. I wouldn't
I
know
know.
why.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know why.
Would have been a worry.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like Jezza had a few shots. He could
Yeah.
have had it real bad, couldn't he, if he made a few of them?
Well, he could have. He got to 699,
Yeah.
and then he had about 3 misses
Oh,
in a
really?
row. And so,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
just kick the bloody 700 for
Yeah,
Christ's sake. You know. Hey, Nate. All right, mate.
700 though, that's a good effort.
Very good effort, mate.
And he's
Very
still
good.
in his prime, really, it feels like. So,
I reckon he's got another 3 or 4 years left. There's a chance to make 1,000.
yeah, that'd be unreal.
Outside chance, but there's a chance to make it.
The fact that he's even going to be close is pretty unreal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be good. They should be right up there. That'd be, Collingwood looks scary as well, but
I think we're about the only team that can beat
yeah,
Collingwood, I reckon.
yeah.
But even then, that's only a 50-50 chance because they're playing well.
Yeah, they're playing well.
All right, better get back over there after I say hello to this familiar face in the crowd here.
No worries, mate. Oh, good to see you.
Oh, yeah, mate. Welcome back to some nice cold weather.
I mean, it's not as cold as over there at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. A little bit of rain. It's like unprecedented amount of rain over there at the moment. So,
Wow.
yeah.
How you sent it in, all right?
Yeah.
Got work?
Yeah. So, working at a rec centre.
Oh, yeah.
Like 4 basketball courts and cafe as well. Yeah.
Nice job. You enjoy the quality of life over there?
Yes.
Good place, isn't it?
100%. Super easy.
Please and thank you and all that going on. Whereabouts in the liver? What suburb?
We're living like Blackburn, so in Coolbelt. Is the video working for?
Yeah, it should be. You'll just have to go on a YouTube.
Oh yeah. Because Lucas messaged me, he's like, that charge that Jamie got was such a charge. I'm like, oh shit, was it?
You'll have to go to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Find your charging. Good afternoon and welcome back to State Championship Women's Sunday action here at Bellarine Secondary College. It's been an absolute 3-point thunderstorm by the Storm in this one. 46 points to 27 in favour of the Storm, and we kept mentioning during the first half that the Storm currently only the 2 baskets in the paint, but they're making all their money's worth at the 3-point line. Hugh Moore here with Seb Thomason. And Seb, what are your thoughts on the first half? Obviously, the Storm letting it rain from the 3-point line, but the Suns just showing little glimmers of signs there that they're just not out of this one yet.
Yeah, I think obviously the Storm have been red hot from 3, and they've probably got to make a few adjustments to get to limit that a bit more this half. But they've offensively, I think when they seem to get it into their bigs and get that sort of working, it's working for them. So transition a few times, they've been good. So they've got some life. I think it's just trying to stop the barrage of threes from the Storm.
Well, as both teams make their way back and out onto the court for the Suns, it'll be Zoe Zwirling,
Charlotte
Keisha Lee.
Armstrong with the warm-up top on, just threw it off.
It is a little bit chilly here. It'll be Zoe Zwirling, Keisha Lee, Alina Squires, Mel Pryor and Tanea Sawalu for the Suns, and Olivia Vert, Jamie Crombie, Georgia Varley, Charlotte Armstrong and the captain Courtney Strait for the Storm as we get underway here. Squires into Pryor. They waste no time. The Suns going inside in the first 2 points of the half. We're going to cut this margin down as quick as possible, turn it into, try and turn the game on their terms.
Seeing a bit of zone by the Suns, maybe?
Potentially. Looks like a 2-3 here just to try and isolate that 3-point percentage, but potentially did a good job on that one. Armstrong missing everything.
Smart coaching there to switch up the defensive tactic for the second half, I think. See if you can get something else to work for you.
So the Suns, another chance here to cut the margin by even more. Inside to Lee. Another inside basket for the Suns, 2 in a row. As they cut the margin back down to 15. 4-0 start for the Suns this quarter. 2-3 zone here just to try and destroy the 3-point percentage of the Storm. Straight inside. 15 points for her so far in this one. She gets the Storm going to Naya Swalu. Kicks it into Squires, and great defense there by Courtney Straight. Straight up and down, and Vert comes the other way.
Pardon the pun.
I didn't even realise I did that. Varley in the corner to Straight. Transition 3, no luck. Zwirling comes up with the rebound. Swalu. Pull up 3, nearly got the shooter's roll. Varley came up with the rebound. She's got 3 to beat here. She'll pull it out. Zwirling very slow to get up on that plate. And Armstrong on an island underneath. Draws the contact and one. Zoe Zwirling comes up a little bit
ankle maybe, or
tender after that one. She will take a break. And we'll see Tegan Burton check back in. Charlotte Armstrong at the line for one more. Foul on the play was on number 30, Mel Pryor. Armstrong missed it, but got her own offensive rebound. Varley trails in for a 3. A little bit short. Oh, the pass was tipped, but managed to fall in Tegan Burton's lap. And then Georgia Varley will pick up the foul. It'll be Georgia Varley's first personal. Burton at the line for 2, missed the first.
You got to adjust to that 9-5 rim down there. Down that end.
It's the one thing that teams always point out when they come in here. The ring's just bent down a little bit, and if you normally can't dunk on the 10-foot ring, you go down the other end and you feel like you're LeBron James.
Best thing is dunking down that end. I feel like so athletic down there.
Nice dish inside from Vert to Armstrong as the inside scoring starts to come here for the Storm. They've doubled what they scored in the first half, in the first 3 minutes of the third quarter. Keisha Lee, powerful move inside, causing all sorts of trouble for the Storm at the moment. Still
having their way a bit inside at the moment.
Storm still with the 18-point margin, but haven't really had a chance to extend it. Zvert misses that one to the left. Swalu to Burton, to Squires. They go inside to Keisha Lee again. They want to play through the paint. The Suns, they do, and they continue to score at will.
Yep.
Mel Pryor up to 10 points after that one. So the Storm with no real answer inside at the moment. Vert turns the heel, and again, another one missed to the left for Olivia Vert.
Getting some really good looks at the rim. Just not converting at the moment, but.
So, shooting woes at the moment for the Storm.
The Suns need to be getting it right back inside again.
Swalu
Just
inside.
like
and as Seb Thomason pointed it out, they get it inside, and Coach Sanderson's had enough and wants to talk things over as we're 4 minutes into this third quarter, and the Suns just scoring at ease inside at the moment. No real pressure.
No. They're just getting a real deep seal down there. They're looking inside to him, passing, and it's just a little hook shot. So obviously they need to make a few defensive adjustments here and need to try and limit that inside because they're just getting in there easily at the moment.
Mel Pryor and Keisha Lee causing all types of problems for the Storm at the moment. Still a 14-point game, but certainly it almost feels like the game is flipped back into the favour of the Suns. The Storm don't have as much of a commanding grip as they normally do, or they have for this game. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this timeout. The other thing to point out, the Suns' 3-2 zone has really slowed down the scoring of the Storm.
Been a really good adjustment. They've we haven't really seen any threes this half. Definitely not as open as easy as they were the first half so far. So it's the 3-2, if you play it right, can be really effective to limit those threes. So it's good coaching.
A little bit of full court pressure here by Alina Squires on Varley. Use the screen of Crombie to create some space. Vert, 4-3. Going to get it to go, and the Suns another chance here to cut this margin back again. They go inside. Mel Pryor couldn't get it to convert. Vert will come up with the rebound. Straight in the corner. Vert wants to go all on her own. Pass was picked. There's players just standing everywhere for the Storm. No one really moving. Varley. Kick out to Armstrong in the corner. She attacks the rim. Great defense there by Alina Squires.
Yep.
As Lee comes up with the rebound, Squires gets it back. She's got Pryor. Nice no-look pass.
Beautiful.
As the Suns are having their way with the Storm right now. Margin back to 12.
You see the Suns, just their confidence are right up at the moment. They're feeling good about how they're playing.
The ball momentum is in the court of the Suns. Foul on number 34, Keisha Lee. We'll see Livia Vert and Alana Northam check in. Georgia Varley and Livia Vert check out.
I think it's a good move by Tim to get in Hollywood just to calm things down a bit. That veteran presence.
Veteran presence. Local legend, Courtney Hollywood, formerly known as Courtney Williamson. There's Crombie. Tried to attack. Got Pryor, who's come up quite sore after that one. Potentially a corky is straight, and Armstrong are left wide open inside after Pryor potentially copped one in the hip. Courtney Williamson, former Siebel guard for the Geelong Supercats, as well as a AFLW player as well. I believe she had a brief stint with the Cats. As Keisha Lee extends her range. Margin back to 11 as it slowly creeps in.
Keisha Lee, I think I remember hitting a couple against Storm last game too. I think she can step out there. She might not often, but she can step out and shoot that three. So
13 points in this one, and she will get a foul. It'll be her second. And we'll see Charlotte Armstrong check out and Chantal Hall check in. Mel Pryor will finally get a chance to quickly check that hip. And we'll see Katie Karajic-Powell check back in. Hollywood. Foul inside, so the foul will be on number 13 for the Suns, Tegan Burton. Her first.
One foul from the bonus now for the Storm, so keep being aggressive here and might get some free throws.
Potentially maybe just to stem the bleeding. Northam finds straight. She's got Burton on her. Decides to attack the middle. Mid-range floater. Fell short. Another chance here for the Suns to claw their way back into this one. Keisha Lee wants it inside. She gets it. Skip past to Sawalo. 4-3. Rattles out. And Straight comes up with the rebound. Hollywood wants the on ball, gets it. Nice little pick and roll play between Hollywood And Hall straight, sees a runway to the ring. Nice little left-handed finish from Courtney Straight, just to stem the bleeding a little bit here. So take it back out to a 13-point margin. Suns currently having their best quarter so far, 16 points so far in this one. Karajic Powell, another 2 points for her.
Rim's just looking a bit bigger for the Suns at the moment, and it's looking a little smaller for the Storm at the moment, I think. It's just good looks for Storm, but they're just not converting, and it's just going the other way for the Suns at the moment.
Straight from three, short. Sherbrooke Suns shooting at 75% this quarter, so certainly is looking multiple times bigger for them.
Yep.
And multiple times bigger for Keisha Lee as she lets another three fly. Misses off to the left. Hollywood decides to just set herself and shoot the three.
Needed that one.
It's a pressure relief three from her.
They needed that one, the Storm.
And so 2 minutes to go in this one. The crowd starts to chirp in. Karajic Power, nice little step
Nice
over and
move.
finish for her. She scored the last 4 points for the Suns. Hollywood. Guarded by Squires. It's Karajic Power. Fingerprints all over this one at the moment. Comes away. I think she'd get credited with a steal there. We'll see Courtney Straight in and Olivia Osborne in, Courtney Straight out. We'll also see Zoe Zwirling check back in, Tegan Bird and check out.
A 12-point game, Huey. It's
Certainly
slowly creeping in.
It is first v third, so we did say don't expect the Suns to just die trying. They are certainly making their presence known.
Oh.
Keisha Lee wants that ball, doesn't get it. Crombie and Hollywood and Osborne on the fast break. Hollywood faked it out, dropped a three. Courtney Hollywood starts to find her rhythm, up to 12 points in this one.
Keeping them afloat at the moment, Courtney.
Keeping their head above water, Courtney. The Courtneys
Yep.
have scored the past 7 points for the Storm. Foul on the play will be on number 3 for the Storm, Chantal Hall, her third. We'll send Alina Squires to the line for 2. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals for her in this one. So certainly stuffing the stat sheet in this one.
Does a bit of everything for him. Squires, she's been everywhere.
She has a successful trip at the free throw line, and we'll see Chantal Hall check out and Charlotte Armstrong check back in. So 46 seconds left. Storm 13-point lead. Crombie looking for an option. Northam's underneath the ring.
Good
Her
hands.
pass is just picked by Squires. She continues to stuff the stat sheet. Steal
A
and
lob.
an assist for her.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
Keisha Lee rises up and another 2 points for her.
Squires she just pushes the ball so well as a point guard and just finds the right pass every time. Really impressive.
Very high basketball IQ. Osborne, her pass is picked by Zwirling. 7 seconds left on this one. A score for the Suns. They'd
Huge.
certainly be in this one. Zwirling, Squires, she's been the player of the quarter. It'll be short. But ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. The Sherbrooke Suns are coming after being down by 21 points at half time. They're down by 11 points with still a quarter of action to go. And they're certainly all over this game at the moment, in control.
Yeah.
They've limited the Storm's scoring.
Yeah. They look like a completely different team this half. They've been getting inside early in the quarter, and they were just unstoppable in there, and then they're getting out in transition with Squires and that at the end of the quarter, and they're just looking really confident. Basket's looking huge, and on the other end, the Storm, the well's looking a bit dry at the moment. They need to try and find something. You know, Courtney Strait, they've been hitting some shots, but they need to find something else, I think, this last quarter.
Well, it's been Keisha Lee and Mel Pryor who have led the charge for the Suns in that third quarter. 15 points for Keisha Lee, 14 points for Mel Pryor. And Alina Squires continues to stuff the stat sheet. 7 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. While for the Storm, it's Courtney Strait, 17 points, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. And then Courtney Hollywood, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. All 12 points coming from beyond the arc. Georgia Varley, 11 points, 3 assists. But certainly do not go anywhere. The Suns are making a push for the ladder leaders. Both teams, you'd think you'd start to see some fatigue start to creep in. Obviously, a back end of a double header. Both these teams had very close games yesterday. So Bellarine won in overtime against the Pakenham Warriors, while Sherbrooke won on the buzzer against the Sunbury Jets. So
see how Pryor goes to start this quarter, looking a bit shaken up.
She still is grimacing a little bit. Copped what looked to be a knee to her hip. She's back out, so should be okay as teams make their way back out on the court. It'll be Hollywood Courtney. Oh wow, what am I doing? Hollywood, Crombie, Armstrong, Osborne, and Vert for the Storm, and for the Suns it'll be Zwirling, Lee, Sualu, Pryor, and Squires. There's thumbs up all around. Fourth quarter action underway. Get comfy. This game is going to be down to the wire. The Storm first possession of the quarter. Armstrong to Crombie. Hollywood with the handoff. Wants to go downhill. Creates some space. 7 on the shot clock. Crombie pitch back to Vert. Got a defender in the air. Steps back beyond the arc.
Oh, it's a tough shot.
Olivia Vert breaks the 3-point drought. And she's up to 13 points in this one.
Tough shot maker.
Now, Storm need to stop the inside scoring of the two-headed monster of Keisha Lee and Mel Pryor, which they do, and they want to get out and run. Hollywood to Armstrong. Power dribble inside. A little bit too heavy on that one. It'll stay with the Storm. Osborne up to Crombie to Vert. Back to Crombie. 3 is up. A little bit long for her. The foul on the play will be on number 11 for the Storm, Olivia Osborne. Her first. And we'll see Mel Pryor check back out and Katie Karajic-Powell. Louise Karajic-Powell check back in. So Zwirling to Sualu. Tacks downhill. Nice fake from Sualu.
It's a nice move.
Got her defender looking and left her wide open at the ring.
Played at her own pace then, but just the fake got her an open look and nice finish.
So Mel Pryor putting a bit of work into that hit. Potentially might have got a little corky in the third quarter. Crombie comes over the on-ball screen of Armstrong. Armstrong rolls, but Alina Squires there to meet her. A nice hustle there from Zoe Zwirling. Squire. No look past to Zwirling. And Karajic-Powell is left wide open underneath. Foul will be on number 24 for the Storm, Jamie Crombie. I think that's her 4th.
Yeah, I believe so.
So she'll take a break, and so will Olivia Osborne. We'll see Lucy Howard and Courtney Strait check back in. Karajic-Powell makes the first.
Been a nice spark off the bench in this run, Powell.
5 points, 1 assist, 1 rebound, 2 steals. Had 4 points in a row in the third quarter that, as you said, Seb, sparked that little run that they
Yep.
Had the Storm a little bit shaky, so 10 points the margin. Vert finds Howard on the roll. Mid-range from Howard, no luck. Zwirling and Armstrong had to go up for it, and veteran play there by Zoe Zwirling.
Smart.
Threw it off the leg of Armstrong, and it'll stay with the Suns. So, chance here for the Suns to make it a single-digit margin. Squires to Lee. 9 on the shot clock. She goes to work inside. Kick out to Sawalu. Attacks again. Lost it and was left wide open. Just missed. She gets her own offensive rebound. And it'll go back to the Storm.
Catch a little break there, the Storm. Couple good
Yeah.
looks under there, so. Still a 10-point lead.
Still plenty of time left in this one. 7 minutes. And we saw the Storm last night down by as much as 9 points at around the same time and end up winning in overtime. So Vert late in the shot clock. You can hear the countdown. Armstrong had to shoot it and missed everything.
Nothing easy at the moment for him.
The Suns playing absolutely aggressive defense, just causing all sorts of problems for the Storm.
I think for the Storm here, I think it's got to be the Courtney Straight sort of time here. I think they've got to try and get her the ball, get her some looks here.
Either that or substitution that's about to come in, Georgia Varley, if she can find that rhythm again, potentially could cause some problems. But Alina Squires will cut it back to a single-digit margin, 8 points with 6.5 minutes to go as Armstrong's hassled by Karajic Powell. Gets it off to Vert. Straight and Squires go at it. Squires hassling Straight. Late in the shot clock again. They're going to have to try and beat the buzzer. Straight has to toss it up. And that's 2 shot clocks violations in a row for the Storm. And Coach Sanderson wants to talk things over as the Sherbrooke Suns up and about, knocking on the door of the Bellarine Storm. And right now, it's just their defense that have just really led the run.
Yep.
Alina Squires hassling Courtney Straight on that last play.
On-ball defense by Squires is just unreal, not letting anyone get past her. The team's defense has just been smothering at the moment. They're just not getting any. They haven't had a good look in a while, the Storm, so it's looking like it might go down to the wire here, I reckon, Huey.
Imagine we have 2 overtime women's games. So, still plenty of time left in this one. But the Storm certainly looking just a little rattled here. Suns just on top at the moment. As we quickly take a look around the grounds as our other games in the Chant Women's League have started. Hume City and Warrnambool tied up 4-4, while McKinnon have got the jump on Warrandyte. 9-0 start for them. So 6 minutes 15 in this one. A little bit of applied pressure here by the Storm. George Varley, Chantal Hall checking in during the timeout for Lucy Howard and Olivia Vert. Sawalu tried to get it over the top to Karajic Powell, was picked off. So let's see how the Storm respond out of the timeout. Inside to Hall. Caught the Falcon on the end of the play, but she'll draw a contact. Foul number 24. Alina Squires, her third. So Chantal Hall at the line for 2. Take it back to a double-digit margin. This is the first. Hall made the second. So up to 9 points. Chantal Hall so far in this one. Her first point. Only played the 10 minutes tonight. Squires pitches back to Karajic Powell. Lee, this would be huge, rattles out. Looks very good from the commentary booth.
Did look good.
Armstrong. Finds Hollowwood, hassled by Zwirling. Creates a gap. Hall, they swing it around. Varley, late in the shot clock, wants to go all the way. She does with a nice little finish. Georgia Varley with a spark off the bench takes her up to 15 points. Alina Squires gets pushed left and leaves Karajic Powell wide open on the three-point line. Couldn't convert. Armstrong to Varley. Hollowwood wants it on the other side. She won't get it. Varley's double teamed. Hollowwood already hit 4. It's a long 2 though. She was too close to the ring. And Hall will force it out last off. Keisha Lee. His fatigue starts to set in now for both these teams.
Bit long last sort of 5 minutes here for our teams, I think. They're both feeling it.
Crombie will sub for Armstrong. Looks a little bit ginger coming off actually, so potentially a good old case of the cramps might be sneaking in.
Yeah, potentially.
Hollowwood got blocked at the ring by Karajic Powell.
Good hands.
So, as we said earlier, massive double headers for both these teams. Especially the Storm, who have played second last night and then played third this afternoon. Potentially the biggest double header of the year for them. So swing it around to Squires, back to Sawalu. Keisha Lee's wide open inside and finished with ease at the ring. Margin 9 points. 4 minutes to go. Straight to Hall, to Varley, to Crombie. They move it all the way around. Skip past to Hollowwood in the corner. Gets her defender and rises up.
Oh.
No luck. Hall and Zwirling fight for it, and it'll go back to the Suns.
Yeah.
Time continues to run out very slowly. Courtney Strait doing it all here for the Storm, leading the scoring. 17 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. And doing the floor sweeping. We're going to have a timeout here. Coach Burnt wants to talk things over with the Sherbrooke Suns. And with 3 minutes 49 to go in this one, still a 9-point lead for the Storm, but the Suns are knocking on the door. They're pounding on the door at the moment, threatening to take this lead from the Storm. What are your feelings right now, Seb? Obviously, the Storm a little bit rattled with this aggressive D that the Suns are playing, but they seem to have just
leveled out a bit, maybe.
Leveled out a bit, yeah. Just the potentially Coach Sanderson has just said, had a quick word to them in their last time out and just said that we're okay. We just got to let things work it out. If you're the Suns, what's the plan of attack? 9 points down, 3 minutes 49 to go.
I think they got to keep going at what's been working for them. Just try and get some good seals down low, get some post catches, get Squires involved. They've got all the weapons to make this last little run, but it's just whether or not they can get the good looks. You've got to keep playing the defense they've been playing. They're very capable, but it's 9 points still, and I'm guessing they're going to have to go for this last sort of run.
So Sanderson with his starting lineup. There's multiple players from the Suns are fixing up slight injuries. Mel Pryor, the little hip tension, looked like she got a little bit of a corky on a screen. So is Whirling just patching herself up in that last time out, but we're back underway. Lee. Oh, classy play from Keisha Lee. margin continues to creep down as Hollywood was picked by Zwirling. Not Zwirling, pardon me, Squires. So it'll stay with the Storm. Hollywood to inbound to Hall. Hollywood gets it back to Crombie to Varley. She's pushed up high. Nice little bounce pass inside to Hollywood. Nearly made it, but Zwirling got a hand to it. And it'll stay with the Storm. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Varley thought about the catch and shoot three. Does shoot it and buries it. Another pressure relief shot from Georgia Varley. Takes her up to 16 points. Squires, long two, gets it to go. Foot was on the line.
Answered right back.
So, Suns not going away. Georgia Varley got the hot hand as she goes again. 2 threes in a row for Georgia Varley, and she overtakes the leading scorer for the game. Up to 19 points. Had the hot hand in the second quarter, and now she's got it when it matters. Sualu was fouled. Varley came in from behind. Will be on Georgia Varley. That'll be her second foul. Expect a heat check coming here, I reckon, from Georgia Varley.
Yep.
Certainly lift the crowd off their feet.
Definitely should be looking at her again next possession, that's for sure.
Hall
Good defense.
forced Keisha Lee onto the baseline. She threw it straight back to Zwirling, who was out of court still from the inbound. So expect them to go to Georgia Varley. She's hit the past 2 threes in this one. Crombie fake handoff, got everyone. Hollywood got it picked by Squires. And Hollywood picks it back. Squires now up to 11 points, 6 assists, 5 steals, 5 rebounds. So an all-round classy performance from her in this one.
Yep.
She's got it now. Karajic power to Sualu. Into Lee. Steps back. Couldn't get it. Varley. Defensive rebound. Her pass was picked by Karajic Power. Elena Squires. Storm did a good job to transition back in D there. So 11 points in margin. Final 2 minutes here of this one.
Need a bucket here, the Suns.
Need a bucket here. Tanea Sualu gives them that answer. And again, they're not going away, the Suns. Fatigue starting to set in here. Multiple players with hands on knees. Sucking in the air. Hollywood. Straight on an island. Catch, shoot, doesn't even drop. Misses everything. Zwirling. Score here would make it interesting for the Suns. Just rattles out for Zoe Zwirling. As we tick closer to the final minute. 9 points in it. Hollywood. Skip past to Varley. Almost dug them out of this hole. Georgia Varley, she continues to tear it up. Chantal Hall. Varley offensive rebound. She's going to dribble it all the way back out. She wants to burn as much time as possible. She'll also draw the contact. Alina Squires, her 4th. So 14 on the shot clock, 46 seconds on the game clock.
You're looking to use all the clock here, I think.
Hall,
They can.
back to Varley. Thought about it. Instead, dishes it off to Hall, and she'll get the assist. Keisha Lee pleading for a travel.
There are some exhausted players out there right now. You can see it.
As Varley's in there, got her hands in the right spot at the right time. Picked the pocket of Squires. Straight got doubled. Frantic times now for the Suns as 4 seconds separate shot and game clock. Sualu. Got a hand in it. Crombie. Sualu came away with a steal. Hall dived on it, and Squires and Hall rolling around. It'll be... I don't know what he called there. But
Don't know what they
6
called.
seconds left.
fair point.
It
by
is
the
a
Suns coach. I'm not sure what the call was, but
no. Zwirling, last minute ditch effort. And just like that, the Storm will survive a nail biter here at Bellarine Secondary College as they win 76-65 over the Bellarine Storm. And a fantastic weekend overall for them as they knock off second and third on the ladder. It was on the back of a Georgia Varley masterclass to finish off the game. 19 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals and a block. Courtney Strait not far behind her, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. And for the Suns, it was Keisha Lee, 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. But, I mean, you can't knock the Sherbrooke Suns. They are certainly a team that you don't want to mess with this year. And But the Bellarine Storm are cementing themselves as the powerhouse and the team to beat in this league as they comfortably cement themselves in the first position. And as we edge closer and closer to finals, they will certainly be the team to beat. But we thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you, Seb, for jumping on, and we might have to have you back again if the times align.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, it was great.
But thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you all next time.
first or second in final, so it's good.
Have you beaten Sherbrooke?
Yeah, we beat them once, they beat us once, so but we didn't have Reardon or Nath when we lost them, so
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Benji?
only not really, no.
You haven't heard?
About no.
So this week the moon boot comes off,
Yep.
and 3 weeks post-op is running.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And they're at Geelong. They're doing the rehab.
Yep.
All they're doing is massaging his legs and getting all the blood flow to that spot,
Yeah.
so it naturally heals. And they reckon he'll be running in 3 weeks post-op.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And then maybe 2 weeks after that, he might play. They might get the last 2 rounds.
That'd be unreal. That'd be a really good effort.
Because he's been kicking. He's had some.
Yeah, he's had some rough news, hasn't he? Is he got any more news on the paramedic sort of stuff? I know he's not going to the UK
Not
anymore.
going to the UK. They've rescinded all that.
Yeah, right.
And he's getting back into the Ambulance Victoria system.
Okay.
Because he stopped his application because he got a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
And they got a house.
Oh, yes, Jamie
Boys
said
got a
that.
house
Yeah,
in
that's awesome.
West.
From West,
4
yeah.
boys.
Yeah, they did well. Because it took them a
11
few goes,
times
didn't
they
it?
got knocked back.
Yeah.
Well, they're forward.
It's tough being...
23-year-old.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm not going to